Uh-oh, trouble's back in town.
Hello and welcome to another fun-filled half hour of great country music on the Wilburn Brothers Show with Loretta Lynn, Harold Morison, our special guest, J. Lee Webb. And now, here they are, two of your favorite Grand Ole Opry stars, the Wilburn Brothers.
Goody, goody, gumdrop, go do a flip-flop, tell another sucker you're blues. Goody, goody, gumdrop, I think I heard a teardrop, how do you like good news? Well, thank you for calling, but I ain't a-falling. I hope you find another good home. I've been fine, having real good times, and I got to like living alone. So, goody, goody, gumdrop, go do a flip-flop, tell another sucker you're blues. Goody, goody, gumdrop, I think I heard a teardrop, how do you like good news? If you ever see me coming, I'm gonna be humming this little old song for you. I'm not bitter, just a real good quitter, but when I'm through, I'm through. So, goody, goody, gumdrop, go do a flip-flop, tell another sucker you're blues. Goody, goody, gumdrop, I think I heard a teardrop, how do you like good news? Oh, how do you like good news?
Well, we'll send that out to all the boys and girls. Goody, goody, gumdrop. I never heard of anything like that except that gumdrop candy that we used to buy and get a sack full that high for a nickel. We want to welcome you into the front yard here and join with us for some fun for the next 30 minutes. J. Lee Webb is our special guest. He'll be along in a few minutes to sing a couple of his fine songs, but first we better hear from Harold Morison. Help me make him welcome, will you?
Oh, much obliged. I was already here, wasn't I, Chief? I'm telling you, it's good to see you, everybody. How y'all doing, fellas? Yeah, oh, good. I'm better than I expected. I was telling Don, goody, goody, gumdrop, thought I heard a cough drop. That's what Don said. I've been to a dog show. Yeah, I went to a dog show the other day, and I've never been to one before. I thought the only dogs that there was a coon hound and a fox hound. That's the only ones I ever knew of. And I was standing there, and this woman had one of them little bitty dogs. I never seen one like it. She said it was a Mexican Spitz. And I said, ma'am, I don't believe that there's such a dog as a Mexican Spitz. She said, dear boy, you know, with one of those monocles. She said, this is a Mexican Spitz. I said, I don't believe there's such a dog as that. And directly the little dog looked up at me, and he said, Senor. So I believed, I believed in how sweet it is. Well, I met a widow not long ago when her age was 85. Now, I must confess that she was a mess, but rich as fertilizer. Now, a big-mouthed bird dropped me the word. She'd said, what's mine is his. And I finally managed to take advantage, and oh, how sweet it is. Well, a man who lives by scheming at best has a tricky job. He expects some trouble now and then, but not one big gob. 3 years have passed and I'm out of gas, but she's just as spry as ever. Now the doctor said that she'd soon be dead, but that doctor, he ain't too clever. Oh, I'd like to smack that goofy quack, cause he don't know his biz. Now if she's a slow one, it sure ain't showing, yelling, ooh, how sweet it is. Well, a man who lives by scheming at best has a tricky job. He expects some trouble now and then, but not one big gob. Don Helms. filthy rich and I'm a running out of time. And it looks like I may day before I spend a dime. And I do believe that I've been deceived with this what's mine is his. Now I hate to go without the dough, but oh, how sweet it is. Such a
Thank you, Harold. Harold told me the other day that he can see you folks so easy when he gets up in front of that camera, so you better watch out. You better be... Somebody cooking turnips then? Well, that sounds like a pretty good idea. I could use some turnip greens and cornbread and a big tall glass of cold buttermilk. That'd be real good. Let's see what we can do about getting some of that while we have this important message from our sponsor.
I can't live in this house with her memory. It makes me feel like my life's done and gone. The only way that I'll survive is drinking. So bottle, turn her off and turn me on. Without her in my life, I'm close to dying. I feel like my seeds have all been sown. But a drink or two will always stop my crying. So bottle, turn her off and turn me on. Hope in this world is a bottle, a fifth of wine, and then the pain is gone. Just for a while I'll forget she left me. So bottle, turn her off and turn me on. Without her in my life, I'm close to dying. I feel like my seeds have all been sown. But a drink or two will always stop my crying. So bottle, turn her off and turn me on.
That's mighty good, Jay. J. Lee Webb, it's a pleasure to have you back with us.
Well, it's good to be here, Dole.
That's one of your fine songs that you made a good record on. Was that Teddy singing on the record,
That
too?
was Teddy Wilburn doing the harmony.
I'm gonna have to find me somebody. I'm gonna have to find me somebody that'll let me sing with them sometime.
Well, I'll tell you what, maybe we
or something like that.
maybe we just team up with you and Teddy and I, and
I'll tell you what, J. Lee will be back in a few minutes with another one of his fine songs, but right now, here's a little story song that Teddy and I recorded some years back in one of our long play albums called A Boy's Faithful Friend.
Two little boys and an old family dog down by the stream stood one day. The boys had decided that Rover must die, a nuisance put out of the way. The patient old fellow stood close by their sides, each word trying to understand, with the wag of his tail plain to show he was frail. The waves rushing in seemed to say, I am your very best friend, boys. No one could love you so true. me and beat me today. Tomorrow I'll play games with you. 'Tis true I am old and perhaps in the way, but life for me still holds a charm. There is only one favor I ask of you boys. Let me live my last days on the farm. A stone round his neck they stood ready to tie. His pleading eyes they could see. Then one of the boys slipped and fell in the stream. The other stood by helplessly. One loud cry for help and old Rover jumped in. All signs of old age passed away as he slowly swam back to the shore with the boy. The waves rushing in seemed to say, I am your very best friend, boys. No one could love you so true. Although you may whip me and beat me today, tomorrow I'll play games with you. 'Tis true I am old and perhaps in the way, but life for me still holds a charm. There is only one favor I ask of you boys. Let me live my last days on the farm.
I just pretend that I'm really happy, though I don't fit in. Then I drift in my world, so cold and alone. I'm living in two worlds. Where do I belong? I'm living in two worlds, dividing my time. Unhappy in your world and lonesome in mine. Old friends in your world are new friends to me, so I can't take part in your old memories. Our love shared in two worlds that don't turn the same. We each have our own world, and neither can change. I'm living in two worlds, dividing my time.
you very much, Buddy Spiker there. What's the name of that?
Wake
Buddy?
Up Susan.
Wake Up Susan. We ought to build a square dance floor out here in the front yard and have one of them old-fashioned square dances like we used to have over in Arkansas.
Three little sisters.
Harold, will you join with Teddy and myself? We'll ask Loretta Lynn to join with us, and our special guest, J. Lee Webb, one of the old-time religious songs, When the Roll is Called Up Yonder.
Trumpet of the Lord shall sound, and time shall be no more, and the morning breaks eternal, bright and fair. When the saved of earth shall gather over on that other shore, and the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, labor for the Master from the dawn till setting sun. Let us talk of all his wondrous love and care. Then when our life here is over and our work on earth is done, and the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder,
It's late, almost morning. You just walked in the door. Don't bother explaining. I've heard it all before. Just turn around and leave me. I've made up my mind that I'll never lose you, for you never were mine. I'll hurt if you leave me, and I'd hurt if you stay. My heart knows no difference. It will break either way. They'll all say I've lost you, but someday they'll find that I didn't lose you, for you never were mine. I can't say love's over. It never did start. Guess I'll lose my mind after losing my heart. Oh no, I'm not crying. I've just had too much wine. No, I'll never lose you, for you never were mine.
Well, I know where you're going and who's gonna meet you there. I know how that you'll be coming home, but guess who doesn't care? Tonight
Christmas and Happy New Year. Happy birthday, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. All right.
Oh, Loretta, we've been getting a lot of cards and letters from folks wanting to know about the twins. They want to know if they're still growing, if they can talk, sing, or otherwise.
They sure can. When I got in on my trip, I said, who do you favor? And they says, my daddy.
So they can talk pretty good
They
now.
sure
huh?
can.
Well, we'll have to get them back on the show again
Okay.
real soon. We've had an awful lot of fun and certainly hope that all of you will join with us next week when we'll be back for 30 minutes of fun and song for you. Meantime, we'd like to urge each and every one of you to remember our fine sponsors when you do your shopping. And we'll send the whole show up to Virginia, where we was on tour not too long ago,
Hey, and
Teddy.
let's ask them to write us cards and letters, too, Doyle, and let us know. Now, don't write anymore about wanting to see more of Loretta Lynn. That's all we ever get.
Yeah, write and ask me to sing a solo.
I don't know about that
one
either.
letter.
You got what?
Yeah, one letter crowded around last week to see me, you know.
Oh, it did,
Yeah,
huh?
one letter grouped in.
That's fine. Jackie Webb, come over here, will you?
Jack,
It's been a fun having you with us. It's been a pleasure being with you. Come back and see us again real soon. Bye, friends. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
We'll be looking for you again next week, same time, same station, when it's time for another Wilburn Brothers show.